Alrighty, we're here at CoinSummit talking with Pablo Gonzalez and Ben Peters from Bitso. So, gentlemen, Bitso is a Mexican exchange, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Are you currently operating, or are you building the company out?
We're not currently operating. We're just doing our finishing touches on the exchange, making sure when it works properly, it's completely safe, and also that it looks nice because we want to have a very user-friendly exchange for a new market, that's Mexico.
So what's the main purpose of the exchange? Is this for retail customers if someone wants to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin, or is this more aimed at institutional, large scale?
We want to have something for both, for all kinds of participants. So there'll be a different way to interact with it according to what kind of user it is. So.
Excellent.
For example, we'll have an API for the more advanced users that want to connect, like brokerage houses or somebody doing something seriously investing, right? And then we'll also have our normal easy access, easy deposit tools to get into our exchange for the regular customers. We
want to have a true order book marketplace, but also it's a very young, nascent market, and we want it to be approachable and appealing for novice users as well.
Okay. Are you focused on the remittance market as well, or is that just kind of an offshoot?
Yeah, that's the medium-term objective, is to create that infrastructure that's needed to facilitate remittance longer term.
Okay.
Like one of the issues right now is that there's not enough liquidity in Mexico to really have a successful remittance market through Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. So we're hoping to create that liquidity with this exchange so that we can then focus on remittance, which is our main mission pretty much for Bitso.
Oh, for sure. No, it's a huge market, and you can actually do a lot of good in the world. You know, like right now, the average remittance is something like 10%. The cost is something like 10%. Yes. With Bitcoin, you could just move it to next to nothing.
We could definitely lower those fees quite a bit. So yeah, it's about 9.4%, and sometimes there's something lost on the exchange rates and things. So you're looking at 10 to 15% of a cost that it would cost somebody here in the States working 18 hours a day or something. And that's a pretty big part of their wages. So we want to definitely try to get more money. Like if we're able to lower those fees, that's more money for the families receiving the money.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, yeah, it could make a huge difference to a lot of people's lives. So it's nice to be doing something that's actually making the world a better place, as well as running a solid business.
No, for sure. And it seems like in finance, the poorest people are the ones that are hurt the most by all these fees.
And not only that, when you think about it, is the U.S. to Mexico is the largest remittance corridor in the world. It's about a $23 billion industry. And so if you look at 10 to 15%, that's at least $2 to $3 billion that the companies like Western Union or MoneyGram pocket, which are the main players basically. So $2 to $3 billion, we can just cut the fees and get a small share of that. We can actually afford to have really low fees.
No, you can make money saving these people a fortune.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do you see this having a big impact on the unbanked as well?
Definitely. I'm going to throw some more statistics because it's pretty wild when you look at the numbers. Over 65% of Latin America is unbanked. However, 98% of the adult population has a cell phone signal. So people have if you see the little towns in Mexico, banks don't want to go there. They're not unbanked because they can actually have access to it. Well, it's one of the reasons, right? But a lot of it is they can't even get a bank if they wanted to, or they would have to travel 4 hours or something to get to a bank. So most people are putting their money in a coffee can under jar or something. So I think that having cell phones being such a key development in Latin America and Mexico, that we can really bring the same financial tools that people with banks have, or even more, right? With Bitcoin, since it's just going to go crazier in terms of the amount of applications to people that don't have access to banks.
Yeah,
so go for it.
You look at the use of M-Pesa in Africa, and that's a sort of centralized organization running that. If we can bring cryptocurrencies and those networks to the unbanked and for them to be able to use those devices like M-Pesa to manage their finances and to trade globally with, so it opens up the market for all those artisans in Mexico to actually monetize their skills so much better and more effectively. So it's a huge potential, really.
Yeah, like there's a lot of manufacturing going on there. So exporting, it's huge. So if they can actually take charge of the getting the money in, and you're cutting a middleman. So you're having all these, like the different manufacturing industries actually getting more of their share.
So what brought you to CoinSummit? I mean, just to meet some new people to network with? Are you looking for banking partners or?
Not banking partners per se, because they're unlikely to be found here in Mexico. But yeah, just mainly to meet other people in our space, learn things, and yeah, just make those contacts.
One of the really important things is that we're about to launch. So CoinSummit is excellent time for us to really get involved with some of the other people. And we're also, up till now, we've been self-funded, meaning we have a pretty good product, like a world-class quality product from self-funded. So we want to take it to the next level and do things that exchanges are not even really doing right now. So multi-sig technology and things like that we want to look for investments so that it can.
Yeah, we're pretty ambitious in the scope of what we've conceived is possible, and really there's potential for revolutionary developments in Mexico in commerce, in e-commerce.
And we feel that because it's a young market, Mexico, there's a really strong chance to make Mexico an up-and-comer and be on the leading edge of finance technology. So that's something we want to do, is to make sure that Mexico's on the map and that we are actually proposing new ideas and apporting to the cryptocurrency world.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, Jered.